And right now we have both teams setting off from the base right now. It's Team Infinite on the blue team and Kuala Lumpur Hunters on the purple side. So level 1 strategies, what do you think?
I mean, the CC coming out from the side of KLH is going to be really, really scary level 1. But the fact that Javan actually has his flag toss, the Martin standard, is going to be able to spot out any incoming invasions into the jungle. So let's just see how they kind of posture up, because right now in the early levels it seems that Infinite is kind of making that line of scrimmage and trying to actually prevent KLH from going in. And on the side of KLH we actually have the entire team getting ready for the invade, which is really, really obvious what they're doing now. So they haven't just got spotted out just yet. So let's just see what they're gonna do. So they are here kind of milling around in the bush. They have not been spotted out just yet, so they may just go in for a late invade onto Rammus, because Rammus, like I said, is not a very strong jungler. But if they actually pull off that counter jungle and prevent Javan from kind of getting his first buff just yet, it may bring kind of bring Rammus into an early lead. So right here they actually got spotted by the ward in this brush, and they're going in for the red invade. And on the side of Infinite, they're actually moving in and warning out the red side jungle of KLH.
Right, it does seem that they might want to just exchange buff overall. We do see Team Infinite just positioning. Actually, they are returning back into their own jungle to secure the blue buff for jungler Xenos right here, and XXF looks like he's returning to his own boss as well. So overall, the junglers are playing quite defensively. They're not going for anything too aggressive, securing their own buffs first before going in. So not much counter jungling being done, and all the other lanes kind of just returning to their own rights. But we do see a lane swap coming in. We have T-Shirt going to be going down into the bottom lane, whereas Wallens and Red Hot Race will be going up to the top lane to face off against Posh Cup right here.
Yeah, who do you think will do better in this 2v1 scenario? I mean, Renekton being a resourceless champion can easily farm under the turret, but Jax himself, no stranger to a 2v1 lane swap.
Right, you have to remember for the fact that Ezreal and Sona still has the higher potential as compared to this Vayne and Annie lane. Sure, they do have better crowd control abilities with the stun and the condemn locked up, but before all that happens, they are still just sitting ducks in their lane. They have to wait for those levels to ramp up before making anything happen.
Yeah, that's right. Actually, pretty surprised that Xenos on the side of Team Infinite didn't try for some counter jungles, because to my memory, Rammus is kind of a weak jungler and can easily succumb to early counter jungle pulling, actually, on the side of, especially on the side of Javan.
That's right, but actually he was thinking to go into the mid lane, but he just got spotted up with the bush rack, so he will be returning to the jungle to farm up some levels and wait for the next available opportunity.
Yeah, we really have to look at the jungle pathing from Xenos as well as XXF this game, because I don't think any kills are going to happen without the jungler's presence right here today.
Right, so it's going to be up to both junglers to make a decision which one of the lanes are they going to snowball first to make something happen. And Poch Cup right now, he's just looking as Wallens and Red Hot Race just destroying up this top lane turret, and likewise for KLH Chainshot 1, but he is pulling off some aggressive moves like we saw earlier, going in with Q, but he'll be looking to actually go in with the gang. Actually, XSF just rolling in, but he got stopped by the minions right there, so he won't be able to make anything happen just of yet.
Yeah, that was a really interesting powerball coming in there. I mean, maybe he kind of saw that the powerball was going to time out before going in and really didn't communicate with Tainted One. And here we actually have a gang trying to come in from Xenos, and Posh Cup actually being condemned into the wall. And here in the bot lane we have something going on.
That's right, and Xenos now looks like he might go down to Tainted Ones, but right now both these champions are not at a stage where they have enough damage to use them to kill. But good attempt coming in from them. They did burn the flash coming in from Xenos and the exhaust as well. So overall, still a great trade.
Yeah. Actually, we have to take a look at the summoner spells coming in on the side of KLH too, because Tainted One blew his flash and ignite, and XSF also blew his flash, so it's kind of like 3 summoners for 2. So I think on this note, Infinite may have come out better in that one. Even though Sona got really low, she still has that sustain from the from her skills and being able to sustain back up to look at that more than half HP right there.
Right, the ones now, like we spoke earlier, taking full damage from that poke potential, whereas Porsche Cup up in the top lane, still really healthy, but just receiving a few pokes from Wallens right there. And now back into the mid lane, actually we see Firefox and Golden. Golden's actually facing some difficulties by himself, but he does have the raw to sustain himself. But right now, you know, it's pretty even across the board, 6.5k to 6.4k, so really slow start for both teams.
Yeah, and like I said earlier, that jungle puffing coming in from both Xenos and XSF is going to give us most of the action this game, as we've seen in the top lane as well as in the bot lane. So, and the Sona lane.
Alright, that's look XSF wanted to, he thought about it, he wanted to go for the gank, but instead he's going to be using the pink ward to deny some vision away from Team Final. And we do see Xenos now rotating up to the top lane. He is probably going to look for something to hunt for right here. And Wallens and Red Hot Rays have to be really careful of that. And now we do see some simultaneous gank coming in. XSF taking the long way around to catch Zero, and the puncturing card is being used. But where is the damage? Where is the follow-up? It's not going to be happening so quickly. And I think it was just sitting back because of his health right now.
Yeah, very good use on the minions right there. I mean, I felt that XFF may have come in a little bit too early because the minions were still streaming in and he had to go the long way around through the minions, and in that time the Tainted Ones has taken so much damage that is now forced to back off.
That's right, and up in the top lane, both Wallens and Red Hot Race still really healthy going up against Porsche Cup now, and Firefox using the ball potential to zone out Golden, but he's not too afraid, and you know, catch that up really quickly. And it looks like the first turret of the game will go to Inferno, and we actually missed the first blood. KLH probably with the puncturing con and made something happen. So overall, it's a trade of a turret for a kill.
Yeah, that's right. For the first blood kill, I actually caught a glimpse of what happened. Basically, what XXF did was actually come in through the side brush from behind because Firefox was pushed up so much, and here we have the replay. So you see, he came in from the back, used the taunt, and then Golden basically turned the Cougar form, pounds, and then used his strike to actually pick up the first blood. And a great condemn into the tower, and we actually here have Wallens picking up the kill, Porsche Cup picking up a kill in the top lane.
That's right. What actually happened was that Wallens saw the opportunity to go in. He went in with the final hour and he dropped Xenos because he was still at level 4 at that point of time. Dropped him from 100 to 0 with the combination of the enemy stun. And you know, but unfortunately he was in turret range, so he took too much aggro, and Porsche Cup was able to pick up the kill easily.
That's right, maybe a little bit too greedy there coming in from Wallens. And we also have here on the side of Team Infinite, they actually bring up Sue as well as Xerus coming back up to the top lane to make the lanes into a 2-1-1. Again, the dual lane facing up against each other once more.
Right, and you know, it makes a lot of sense for them as well, because for them, their turret is still at you know, it's still survivable for them, and it's quite important for them to make this swap so that Wallens and Red Hot Rays can make full use of their kill that they had earlier.
Yeah, and I'd like to talk about the item pickup by Golden in the mid lane on his Nidalee. He actually picked up a Tear of the Goddess and is now stacking it out with the blue buff in tow. Well, we actually, like I said earlier, that the Tear of the Goddess coming in, he wants to stay in lane, stack it up with the Bushwhacks as well as the Javelins coming in.
Right, so we are returning back into the normalies with the dual lane facing off against each other, and right now we have Tainted Ones just going on, just going at it with Porsche Cup. And this is the reason that we are talking about earlier, why Jax kind of just loses out in lane Renekton because Renekton has this innate sustain, and overall in the long run it's going to be quite difficult for Jack to face up to Renekton.
Yeah, I mean, it's very interesting because right now the Tainted One's essentially one level under Porsche Cup and is still winning out in trades against the Jacks there.
Right, so overall, but we do see Golden now rotating down to the bottom lane and a light walk coming in from Firefox. So we might see the intervention in the mid laners to this bottom lane.
Yeah, we also have to pay really close attention to the top lane turret as well because Xenos is actually hiding in the long brush, in the lane brush, and at the same time XXF is at the golem brush, so we will have a 2v2 in the bot lane and a 3v3 in the top lane. But there we actually have Firefox rotating back, and as in the top lane they actually are pressuring the turret while the Tainted Ones manage to get down, and we have some action in the top lane.
Right, well, let's pop the final hour, and XXF now with the flash coming in, but a great crescendo coming in from Zeros, just saving everyone on the side of Team Final. So a good call coming from him, and with that they trade 2 ultimates for 1, so very good trade for them. And now Tainted Ones looking for start again, so having some trades back and forth, but it looks like they do not want to have too much action just yet, and they will be happy with the result.
Yeah, and it's really interesting because we saw Red Hot Rays come in with the Tibber stun, and XXF took some time to actually follow up with his Powerball into Taunt, and this gave time into Nightmare, landing a 2-man CC targets of Red Hot Rays as well as XXF. So really good job coming in there on the side of Infinite.
Alright, so good call coming in from the support player, and like I said earlier, actually Tainted Ones now going again with Porsche Cup again. You know, Porsche Cup just slowing down the pace for Tainted Ones, just interrupting the recall that he kept to form. Well, right now he's down by about 20 CM, and if he can build himself back into this game, he already has the Water Cutlass already. So if he manages to finish up the Blade of the Ring King early, then he would have a better chance to trade against the Renekton.
Yeah, and we've actually take a look at the goal advantages coming in from both sides. We have KLH just slightly about 800 gold in the lead, and if we look at the farm, it's pretty even on most lanes with the exception of top and bottom. I mean 10 CS difference in favor of Tainted Ones, and on the side of Infinite 10 CS difference in favor of Su.
And now actually we have a small skirmish down in the jungle of Team Infinite, but both jungle being dated off.
He actually used his Tremors, the ultimate on Rammus, to actually use to pick up the counter jungle farm and to kill the neutral camps much quicker than usual. I mean, the cooldown on Tremors is so short that he actually can use it as a farming tool.
And we have the final hour is now used, and Zeros just goes down from about half health to 0, and now Wallace is on the chase onto Su right here. Is he gonna be able to do it? The stun comes in once more, and he does finish it, but both kills goes to Red Hot Rays. So the bloodthirsty support using the Tibbers just picking up both kills for himself, but you know, kills are still kills. So overall some great trade coming in from Kuala Lumpur Hunters. They are now leading 4-1 in terms of kill count, and with that a good 3k goal advantage.
Yeah, I really like the coordination coming in from Wildlands and Red Hot Rays. The moment the Tibber stuns came down, final hour was popped, bursted Zeros immediately, and the chase to Su to pick up the 2 kills. I mean, yes, the 2 kills did go to Red Hot Rays, but that just means more wards on the side of KLH. And this season, we know a lot of importance is being placed on the wards.
Right, and it looks like Su is going for the Trinity Force. The Trinity Force patch, and Valent still sticking to the Blade of the Ring King build. So this is the main differentiation for both AD carries. We have to see who plays it better in the longer run and who comes up on top.
Yeah, and I really like the decision making coming in on the side of KLH here, knowing that they actually push down the top lane turret, and having Zeros and Su in the top lane, they easily rotate down to Dragon, picking up a free Dragon, pulling them into the goal lead, 20.9k gold against 17.2. It's almost a 3,000 gold lead right there.
Right, and because of the early game, you know, defensiveness from both teams, it just looks like they are happy with this trade. And
wow,
Xenos with the Smite Steal, and looks like KLH wouldn't be able to have that successful counter jungling, but good attempt overall. But having all that members down at that jungle means that Team Impact has liberty to go ahead and push out that top lane turret, and KLH looks to respond with their own aggression down at this mid lane.
Yeah, that's right. It's a courtesy team by allowing Su and Xerath to farm the entire long lane in the top, taking down the top outer turret.
So if you look at the movements for both teams right now, Kuala Lumpur Hunters down into the mid lane with 4 members, and looks like Golden will be joining them as well. So it might be a 5v5 hit-on clash in the next few minutes or so.
That's right. I mean, without the outer turrets on the top and bot lanes on both sides, and without the global objective of Dragon, all teams turn their focus and their eyes onto the mid lane outer turrets.
That's right. So we have Wallen just facing off with Firefox, and it looks like the squad of both teams are just gonna retreat back, get some items, and then go back into the lane and look for the next possible move for them. And slowly but steadily, TAIWAN's just ramping up much better than Porsche Cup. He still maintains that CS advantage.
Yeah, and I like to point out the item pickup by Guns coming in. He actually picked up the Void Staff and the Sorcerer's Shoes as his first item, showing that he really wants to put a lot of emphasis into his Javelin and the poke coming in for Golden.
Right, some of the Nidalee players probably want to rush that needlessly large ward first, but chose to go for the early magic penetration. Goes to show he wants to secure those early AP with his key advantage at about half health. XXF was thinking to go in Powerball, but he doesn't have the effectors yet. And Porsche Cup just leaping out of the way to let Firefox take that one for him.
Yeah, one Javelin right there to the face. Let me ask you a question. What do you do when you see a Rammus powerballing in?
Sometimes I just panic, but and right now Xerath might be feeling that panic with the pumping into the skip wall with the Tibbers, great hot race with the killing spree, and Firefox takes yet another javelin to the face. So you see, that's a good combination right there. We saw the puncturing taunt into the javelin, and that just took so much health for Xerath, and he was just in an unfortunate situation just right there.
Yeah, I really have to thank Xerath for answering that question for me. So right now they actually have all 5 members in the lane in the turret, and we have XXF coming in so deep with the taunt as well as the powerball, pushing Xenos away, and it looks like they may just pick up this mid turret.
And Xenos down, and Red Wallet is actually going in with the final, but takes a shockwave to the face. And now TAIWAN was chasing and zoning out the squad of Infinite right here, and now Porsche in a bit of trouble, goes down, but it only locks up Wallet, but the other members of Kuala Lumpur Hunters are able to follow up. Now Golden's on the chase onto Firefox right now. Is he going to be able to pick that out for himself? No, and yes, actually, it's a triple kill coming in from Golden, and it looks like all 5 members are alive for them, and they will be able to take out this mid turret and inhibitor subsequently.
What an extended turret dive we have there. That whole time we actually have XXF zoning out Su on the left side in the blue side jungle of Infinite. So from that mid lane inner turret pickup, they actually managed to pick up the inhibitor turret as well as the inhibitor. An amazing push coming in from the Kuala Lumpur Hunters.
And I like what they did at the second tier turret, which is they let Tibbers soak up most of the turret damage so that they can get as much free hits as they can. Push for reasons why so many teams have chosen to pick up Annie as the support. One of the hidden capabilities for them is Tibbers can just tank up all those turret shots.
Yeah, and you were talking about the minion wave. They had such a huge minion wave coming into that turret as well. This really allowed them to extend the fight for such a long time, picking up so many objectives. So right now KLH is in a commanding gold lead. It's almost 7.5k gold lead with 5 turrets, 9 kills in their possession.
Right, and another thing to take note is that Golden is now 4-0-1, so he has ramped up quite a few skills for himself, and he has finished up the Morello Nomicon. Interesting pickup choice for him. He wants to have that reduced killing capability, and I guess he wants to just really go for this, build up on this early game advantage as they head into this mid-game phase.
Yeah, and you know what else he wants? He's celebrating Halloween right there because the Morellonomicon is named after the Necronomicon when necromancers use it in Halloween to raise the dead. So here we have the, the spirit of Halloween bring KLH looking, showing them that they can actually use that spirit of Halloween to get them in the lead right here.
Pretty much ahead and having that mid inhibitor down for themselves, it just opens up so much other options for them. They can choose to go for a side lane or they can choose to go for the Baron as what they are doing now. And it looks like the entire squad of KLH will be effort, and the true shot barrage company will be able to spot them going in, but will they be able to spot them in time? But KLH will be taking a clean Baron for themselves, but they are still pretty much safe. They are not going in. Sorry, Infana is not going in for it. And what a good steal coming in from the Javelin is strong. And the Condemn coming in. What a good crescendo, just locking up 3 members. But is it enough? Wallace with the double kill with Combo and Final Hour. All this damage coming in from them might be too much for Team Infana to handle. And once again, a double kill for Golden right here. So kills all across the board for the carry players of Kuala Lumpur Hunters.
What an amazing play by Goldens right there. We have the Cougar form coming in for the execute and the Javelin for the execute as well. And it seems like KLH may just take this game a 20-minute win right here. We are the Nexus and the win.
It looks like it's going to be a clean game for Kuala Lumpur Hunters as well. And it was just a one-shot push for them. And actually some resistance coming in from Team Final with the shockwave. But it's not going to be enough to stop the rampage of the Hunters right here tonight.